say thank you to our partners here for sharing this important occasion with Wallace State, and thank you, Mercedes-Benz, for making it possible. We all know how critical strong training programs are to filling the talent pipeline necessary for a highly skilled and available workforce in the state of Alabama. Mercedes-Benz has long been a leader in that effort to partner with community colleges to develop its skilled workforce. Recently, we invited Mr. Steve Colburn of Mercedes to our campus to introduce him to Wallace State's programs, and we were delighted to engage in negotiations with him that resulted in today's announcement, officially launching the Mercedes Tech Co-op partnership. We look forward to a long and mutually rewarding partnership with Mercedes-Benz to supply highly skilled automotive technicians for the Mercedes-Benz workforce. And we are especially grateful for Mercedes-Benz significant investment in quality training by the donation that Mr. Rono will announce in a few moments. So I'd like to introduce these gentlemen to you. First, we will have Dean Jimmy Hodges.
Would it be too much to ask to turn the house lights up just a little bit? It's hard to see all those wonderful faces out there. Did Adam Frazier make it in the building? Where you at, Adam Frazier? All right. Adam Frazier is our automotive service instructor. He recently had a pretty bad car accident, and we are thankful that he is here today, and he has turned this program around, I'm going to tell you. And what you see here today is a result of a lot of the fire that is in his belly for teaching automotive service technicians. Good morning, distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, and most of all, you amazing Wallace State and Coleman County students. Thank you for being here. Welcome to Wallace State. My name is Jimmy Hodges. I'm the Dean of Applied Technologies, and we are here today to announce a co-op agreement between Mercedes-Benz and Wallace State Community College. This agreement is for students who enroll in the Automotive Service Program. The students must apply to the Mercedes Tech program. If they are selected, they must successfully complete the fall and spring semesters. Then they will work at the Mercedes plants in Vance, Alabama during the summer semester. They will earn $16 per hour and receive a $400 a month housing allowance. They will return to Wallace State for the second fall and spring semesters. Then they will work the second summer in the Mercedes plant for $17 per hour, plus the $400 a month housing allowance. Anybody getting excited about that? Also, there is tuition assistance that will be provided to the students. It's based upon their GPA and how well they're doing in the program. It can include up to 100% of tuition and fees. That's pretty awesome. Once the student successfully completes the program, they will be hired as a full-time Mercedes-Benz employee, which is an amazing thing to happen to a young person. This is a tremendous opportunity for our students, and we are delighted to partner with Mercedes-Benz. Let's think about that for just a minute. You want to go to school to be an automotive service technician. You want to work on cars. And your job all day, every day, is to work at the Mercedes plant. And what you're required to do is to fix some little part of a car that is coming off the assembly line and can't make it because they're rolling off so fast. They have to have an auto service technician to fix the car. You're working on a brand new car, Dr. Colson. You're not going to get dirty. You're working in an air-conditioned environment, and you don't have to worry about working on commission because you're being paid hourly. How awesome is that? I mean, that's just win-win-win, right? How many of y'all want to go to work at Mercedes right now? Let's just go. Let's load them up. Wallace State Community College is frequently referred to as the crown jewel of the Alabama Community College system. Dr. Vicki Carlowitz, our president, often reminds us, the administration, the faculty, and all the staff here, that Wallace State has a long history of excellence. And everything we do should be done with a spirit of excellence. That spirit of excellence is what drives every decision that we make. We are continuously looking for ways to improve our instruction. We want all Wallace State graduates to have a noticeable advantage when it comes to attitude, appearance, knowledge, but most of all, Steve, skills. Wallace State is home to numerous conference championships in volleyball, men's golf, softball, baseball, both men and women's basketball, men and women's tennis, and women's cross country. Wallace State is also home to several national championships in softball, men and women's tennis, men's cross country, men's golf, and finally cheerleading. We are frequently placing at the national level in Skills USA competitions. For those of you who are not familiar with Skills USA is a student organization that represents and provides students in career and technical programs the opportunity to compete with their fellow CTE students. As a matter of fact, in April of 2018, Wallace State earned a record number of medals at the Alabama Skills USA competition in Birmingham, Alabama. 55 in all. There were 31 first place or gold winners. There were 12 second place or silver winners, and 12 third place or bronze winners. Can I get a yes? Yes. Come on, y'all help me here now. I'm a classroom teacher. I'm a drafting instructor, and I need some interaction. I need you to put your fist up in there and say yes. Come on, I don't see those fists up. I say yes. We like to say yes at Wallace State. We have a philosophy here at Wallace State. Do you know what it is, Steve? Go big or go home. Guess what? We're not going home. That's not all, my friends. Wallace State traveled to the National Skills USA in Louisville, Kentucky this past June, and also earned a record 8 national medals. We had 4 second place or silver medals, 4 third place or bronze winners. Can I get a yes? Yes. All right. Not only that, next week, Jacob Humphreys, a Wallace State welding student, will be competing for a spot, Steve, on the USA Skills team. Jacob hopes to win a spot in the 2019 World Skills to represent the United States. Right here, little Alabama boy. The 45th World Skills will be held in Kazan, Russia in August of 2019. Jacob, really appreciate your prayers and support. I would be remiss if I did not mention that our very wonderful president, Dr. Vicki Karlowitz, was recently selected as one of the women for 2018 who shaped the state. How amazing is that? Enough about Wallace State. Let's talk about Mercedes-Benz. Mercedes-Benz has been long recognized as the gold standard, Steve, in premium automobiles. Their newest slogan, Rolf, is the best or nothing. Steve Colburn contacted me back in February of this year and said that he needed to increase the number of students in the Mercedes Auto Tech program. He was looking for another source other than Shelton State. They have a long-standing and wonderful relationship with Shelton State, but they just needed more auto service techs. How many of y'all want to be an auto service tech? Work at Mercedes-Benz. That's what I'm talking about. Can I get a yes? Yes. All right. Steve visited almost every community college in the state, didn't you, Steve? At least the ones that have auto service tech programs. We had several meetings and visits, conversations over the past few months, but guess what, y'all? Mercedes-Benz chose to partner with Wallace State. Can I get a yes? Yes. Daimler AG announced in April of 1993 that it would build its first passenger vehicle facility in the United States. Daimler chose Alabama. That decision changed the state of Alabama and made an everlasting change in the workforce demands for the state. Bill Greer, you better get your staff in shape, because once the leaders at Mercedes-Benz get a taste of Wallace State students and their work ethic and skill, it will be game on. I wouldn't be surprised if Daimler decided to build a plant in Coleman, Alabama.
Yes.
Did you do this? I believe that this is a special day, y'all. A day that will go down in history. A day that the trajectory of Wallace State's automotive service program changed forever. A day that the crown jewel of the Alabama Community College system and the gold standard of premium automobiles decided to partner and make the best automotive service tech program around. Can I get a yes? Wallace State and Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Thank you, Dean Hodges, and welcome to the podium, Adele Greer, Director of Economic Development.
When you follow Jimmy, you want to say amen. You know, I knew I was going to have an opportunity to be on the stage today, and I didn't know that it was normal or that kind of thing. But Jimmy was at the office, and he brought Steve Holder by, and he was telling me that they were going to do this and set up a formal meeting and announce it. Well, Senator Guthrie and the mayor walked in at that time, and the way I introduced them, I mean, Jimmy stole this line. I said, guys, you need to come over here and meet Steve, the gold standard of automobile manufacturing, Mercedes-Benz, has come to Wallace State to recruit our students. So Jimmy took that from me, I know. Sorry. Then you were first. You know, but what better headline could we have tomorrow? You've got the newspapers here, then that announcement that the gold standard of automobile manufacturing is here to recruit these students. Mercedes' desire to establish a co-op program further validates the successful workforce training that occurs on this campus and what we do here. And I'm so proud to be a part of that. You know, Coleman County industry leaders for years have known what kind of student outcomes you get here, the great value out of these programs, the instructors, the students. But it's exciting to hear that you get a company that's 90 miles away with a reputation of Mercedes that passes a lot of other colleges to come here and talk to these students and establish this co-op program. Responsibility for our office, as Jimmy knows, is work with existing industry, recruit new industry, but all of that hinges on the workforce. You know, you can't do any of that without the companies feeling confident that you're going to be able to find the people that make them productive in the community wherever they're located. And we're okay with Mercedes too. If you want to talk a little further about that. Yes. Yeah. You know, we haven't had a better partner in the Economic Development Office, and most of our team is here. We work with Cherie and her folks as well, and Wallace. I can tell you students firsthand what a remarkable opportunity this co-op program is. My son Brandon co-opted at Mercedes for 2 years while he was an electrical engineering student at UAH. I am so pleased to see him come to the community college campus and do that as well. You know, he was paid to work. He got experience at a world-class company. He shared living quarters with some other co-op students who got that experience. And I credit that for preparing him for the job that he has today. Many of the sought-after, high-paying jobs of today with good benefits are going to students from the community college system. Companies are focused on students with 2-year degrees, industry certifications, technical training, exactly what you get on this campus. Partnerships like this with Mercedes and Wallace, the Automotive Technician Co-op, are proof of the value of those trainers. Kudos to all of you who made this possible. We need more industry education partnerships. Thank you.
Thank you, Dale Greer. Please welcome Mr. Barry May, representing the Alabama Community College System.
Thank you. I want to first start by saying, Jimmy, thank you. You convinced me. I need to go put in my application at Mercedes soon after we finish this. Yes. But, you know, all kidding there's not many times that we've come to Wallace State, I can't think of a time where we've come to them with a problem, and we've asked them to step up to address a business and industry need. And what we've seen with Wallace State is they don't see problems, they see opportunities. And this is just one example of many where Mercedes has come with them with a problem, to help them fulfill, find a solution for increased workforce, and they've stepped up to the table. And knowing Steve and Rolf, they have very high standards. Mercedes has very high standards. So them selecting Wallace State to be able to participate in this partnership says a tremendous amount about the quality of your programs that you offer here. So thank you. I want to thank you for allowing me to be here to help kick off this. Steve, thank you for reaching out for Wallace State about this opportunity to participate. Work-based learning is such a critical component in education today, and especially when it comes to applied technical skills. And having a company as prestigious as Mercedes come to the table with these opportunities for our students to work and gain valuable skills while working on their degree program, it's just going to make a significant impact, not only to that student that's going to be able to benefit from this program, but it's going to make a huge benefit to Mercedes, who's going to be able to mold highly skilled technicians through this program. So this particular effort is just an example of the type of business and education partnerships that we want to work to expand and promote and foster statewide at all of our community colleges. And by doing so, this has the opportunity of making the greatest impact on the quality of our workforce in the state. So as the marketplace becomes more and more competitive and the economy continues to grow, business success is going to depend on how well companies are able to find and retain that skilled workforce. Because of this, it's going to become more critical for industry to have strong partnerships with community colleges and begin taking a stronger role in developing their workforce. This is and will continue to be a distinguishing factor for highly successful companies, and obviously Mercedes has understood this, and they are well into doing this and partnering with our community colleges. So my hope that other employers are going to see the success of this program, the success of Mercedes, and they're going to also want to partner with Wallace State and our other community colleges across the state to develop work-based learning programs connected with good paying careers at their company. So thank you, Rolf. Thank you, Steve. And thank you for all of your team members and Wallace State team members that work together to put this partnership together. So, and please let me know if there's anything that I can do to support your efforts here at Wallace State. Thank you.
Thank you, Barry, for those kind remarks. And now we welcome to the podium Senator Garland Gudger.
Thank you. What a good day, right? This is a wonderful example of collaboration between Wallace State Community College and Mercedes-Benz that will provide an exceptional educational experience combined with career opportunities. Now is the time for our citizens to truly understand the importance of career and technical education. The need for skilled craft workers will only continue to grow in Alabama with the advances in technology that we see in every facet of our life. We have to invest in career and technical education starting at the middle school and the high school level so that our students will have the insight and preparation to be successful in the programs just like the one that we are here celebrating today. Madam President, Rolf, Steve, distinguished guests, if you want to know my answer, Jimmy, behind, if the state legislature and my full support will lend itself to make sure that we're 100% behind this program and this collaboration, my answer, I believe, as you well know, is yes.
Thank you, Senator Gudger. I have every confidence that we will exceed capacity in the current facility because of the attractiveness of this Mercedes partnership to the future student body. So Adam Frazier and I have already picked out a spot for the new building, just so you just put you on advance warning.
Yes!
And now, if you would welcome our special guest, Mr. Rolf Rona, Vice President of Human Resources, Mercedes-Benz, United States International.
Thank you. First of all, I want to say thank you for inviting me to this beautiful campus here. Jimmy, Dr. K, it's really wonderful. And I'm excited here today because we're rolling out something that I think is going to make a difference to students, to Wallace State, and to NWSI. So it's hard to believe it's been 25 years since Mercedes made the announcement that we're going to build a plant in Alabama. I've been with Mercedes now almost 22 years. And I remember at that time, it was a time of many firsts. So it was the first automotive plant in Alabama. It was the first Mercedes plant outside of Germany. And it was the first luxury SUV. And I remember back at that time, there was discussion, are we crazy with so many firsts and thinking that we're going to be successful? And I have to say, at that time, Mercedes had the confidence that Alabama was the right place to come and that we could train Alabamians to build Mercedes vehicles. And at that time, we started with about 1,000 team members in a 1 million square foot building, and we produced about 60,000 M-classes a year. And talking about that success, here we are 21 years later, we're up to 3,800 team members, over 6 million square feet of building 4 different models at approximately 300,000 vehicles a year. Are we successful here in Alabama? You bet we are. Go a little bit into the technology in our vehicles. And I did a little bit of Google, and I didn't realize the first iPhone came out in 2007. And I remember when I first started here, I didn't have a cell phone. I don't think most students today even grew up without a cell phone. It's something that's just normal now. But the technology in our vehicles has also grown at that rapid pace. Our vehicles today, the new vehicle we have, has over 100 control units, which are computers in each vehicle. We have radar sensors that detect where the lanes are, and it drives itself almost. It keeps the vehicle in its lane. The new vehicle has something called Hey Mercedes, which is similar to Siri, where you can say, Hey Mercedes, I'm cold, and it'll automatically change the temperature. Or, hey Mercedes, open the sunroof, and it just opens the sunroof. It has all of this voice control, and that's the technology in our vehicles today. And even gesture control. So you can make hand gestures, and your vehicle will recognize your hand gestures and make changes to the vehicle based on hand gestures. That's the type of technology that's in our vehicles today. On top of that, we've also announced that we'll be building fully electric SUVs at our plant in Tuscaloosa. And with that also comes the batteries that we will build ourselves as well. So the technology, even what we have today, is incredible. What's coming is even more incredible. Our greatest challenge is really to have a workforce that understands and can work at the pace of this growing technology. We have some successful programs, technical programs with Shelton State, And so far through the Sheldon State, we've had 107 students that have graduated from the Mercedes Tech program and have earned full-time positions at MUSI. 23 of them have already been promoted into leadership positions. That's almost 25% of those students that come through that program are now in leadership positions. We also have something new that we've started, 6 that are currently as technicians in repair, and that number is growing. We have some additional training after the Mercedes Tech program to get into a technician position, but those students that are going into that, the feedback we get from the business are these students are incredible. They have this technical aptitude that already has a starting point that's way ahead of anyone else, and that's really what we're looking for. So we have an additional need, a demand for skilled automotive technology students. And we, as you heard, Steve from our team has been at multiple community colleges, and Wallace State Community College has a really fantastic reputation. And that's why I am very excited to announce that Mercedes-Benz US International is partnering with Wallace State Community College to create this Mercedes Tech co-op program. It's a great opportunity for students in this community, so you don't have to come all the way to Tuscaloosa. You can study in this community, get a quality education at Wallace State, and get quality work experience at Mercedes-Benz. And as Jimmy already mentioned, the tuition support, so between 50 and 100% of your tuition will be covered by Mercedes-Benz. And the higher your GPA, the more we cover. And we will start the selection process for this in the fall of 2019. To show Mercedes-Benz commitment to Wallace State, we're donating 2 brand new GLEs.
Yes!
Because we feel it's really important that the students get hands-on experience with our products before they come to our co-op terms here. These vehicles are, when I say brand new, they're not even in the market yet. So this is our newest generation of SUV, which comes into the market early next year. So these are state-of-the-art. Right outside this building, there's one of these vehicles. And afterwards, if somebody wants to have a look at that, it's available. So we are very excited to form this partnership, and we're looking for the truly tremendous opportunities that will exist for the students, for Wallace State, and MUSI. Thank you very much.
So Roth, I really worked Steve hard to try to get him to, give the president a part of that. And then I would transfer my 2008 Mercedes into the training program. But he said it just wasn't high-tech enough. It's been around for long, had about 200,000 miles on it, and still got a lot of life left in it. So thank you very much for the partnership with Mercedes-Benz. And to make it official, here's your signed agreements.
Oh, excellent.
Again, to all of our speakers for being here, and to all of you who shared in this important day with us. You'll have an opportunity now to fellowship with each other and speak to our representatives here. We have refreshments waiting for you, and the car is outside on display. So thank you for coming today.